is a free ball, and the Eagles could get a touchdown, and they do. And going in is Omar Gaither.
Check this out, partner. Look who this is standing up and blitzing. That's Trent Cole. Normally with his hand on the ground, defensive end, he ends up coming from the middle and came wide open and knocks the ball free from Delhomme, leading to the touchdown by Abiamiri.
Came in untouched, so the Eagles get a defensive score. So Deshaun Jackson is back to receive Jason Baker's punt. And it's a beauty. Jackson on the 15, straight ahead. Deshaun Jackson, I did not see a flag on the field, and he'll go in for the touchdown. 85 yards.
This is one of his specialties coming out of Cal, and the lane opened so big early, and then once he got into one-on-one situation with a tackler, it's over. Right here, Sheldon Brown does a great job not clipping, all right? A good job by not throwing that block. And then Avant, number 81, also with a nice block up front. And then Deshaun Jackson one-on-one, he's going to win that one.
So here is McNabb, franchise record and everything there. 3rd down and 9 for the Eagles, and McNabb has enough time, and on the run, completes the pass, and it's Jason Avant. He had 1 interception last year. Sheldon Brown in the first half of this year already has surpassed that. Fake, and the pass to Brent Selleck, who gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Star power, I think, for the Jets. 2nd down and 9. Donovan McNabb's pass is caught by Curtis and out of bounds. McNabb on a checkoff, and here's the flip to Westbrook, and he gets in. Touchdown, Eagles. Under a minute to go. 2nd and 6. McNabb will run and will get the first down. Chased by Peppers out of bounds. And it's 3rd down and 5. Empty backfield, and Donovan McNabb will get the first down as he slides just when he had enough yardage to the 34.
A more comfortable position for him than left.
2nd and 7. Fake on the handoff. Plenty of time, and it's intercepted by John Beeson. Still on his feet and brought down at the 45 by Jason Peters.
Right here's John Beeson, the middle linebacker. Watch him following Donovan McNabb. Thinks it's a run, but then he falls back into coverage, and McNabb has a wide open receiver but doesn't get enough loft on the football, and Beeson makes a tremendous catch.
After that first drive, nada for them today. Nearly 7 minutes to go in this 3rd, and there's McNabb with a lot of time. McNabb is going to run it in and backs his way in for the score. Donovan McNabb, and now holding on to his left knee, and McNabb may be hurt.
But for Eagle fans, you just told them they could exhale, didn't you?
Well,
maybe not so fast.
Going to the locker room is Donovan McNabb, so Kevin Cobb will be the quarterback.
Cobb with a good pocket, goes down the middle of the field, and he's got Deshaun Jackson. How about this start in Philadelphia? Touchdown Eagles. No flags.
They're going to bring slot blitz, and Winston Justice does a great job of picking that up. That's what gives Cobb some time to step up in the pocket. Now, Darren Sharper thought he was going to get some help from Roman Harper on the backside. Roman Harper bit on the tight end route to the other side of the field.
They roll Cobb out again. He's in trouble, throws, and Avant. Touchdown.
This one here was close. You know, did he get his hands underneath the ball? And it sure looked like he did.
The two officials looked at each other, didn't initially give a call, and then said, okay, touchdown. It looked like he had it.
Cobb is a receiver, bottom of his screen. McCoy is back there to get the snap. Andrews with the ball. And he corkscrews in for the touchdown. Wow, what a play is right. Ali got it.
He's not an easy tackle. And watch where They make contact with him right there about the 3-yard line, but he's able to turn and spin and come off Tamba Ali and still power it into the end zone. Has to be pleasing for the head coach, Andy Reid.
Chiefs have the nickel out there. Peters with the block at the left tackle. That's caught by Deshaun Jackson. And there he goes. In for 6.
Wow.
This kid is one of the best in the NFL already in just his second year.
They say speed kills, and after you miss the initial tackle, Gerard Page, the last standing free safety, doesn't stand a chance against the speed and quickness of Deshaun Jackson.
First down and 10. Cobb. Selleck, that will be a touchdown. A 35-yard touchdown pass.
Kevin Cobb has made a living today throwing the ball over the middle, and mostly over the middle to Brett Selleck. He fires this one in before Jared Page. Watch 44. You miss, you lose, you blow that tackle. It's a walk into the end zone for Brett Selleck.
That starting position. On first down off the play fake. McNabb going short to Leonard Weaver. Holds on, hits for the corner, and he is... No signal yet. He's in. Touchdown. Here's another weapon. Add Leonard Weaver to the mix for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Tenard Jackson, I believe, is the guy that's got him as he's coming back across the formation. It was either he or Geno Hayes. Either way, it was a busted coverage. Hayes ends up trying to run him down. But you're right, Leonard Weaver has got so much versatility and has brought a lot to this offense.
Who runs 30 yards, pass for 140 on first down. McNabb gets plenty of time deep downfield, and the catch by Macklin for a touchdown. Jason Avant in motion. It's Westbrook. There's the hole. He's in. Touchdown. First rushing touchdown of the season for Brian Westbrook, 68th of his career. And he is third on the all-time Eagles list for rushing touchdowns.
And LaRon Landry, a big hitting safety, rounds it out. Put it in the hands of Deshaun Jackson, who gets to the corner. And Jackson getting a downfield block from Macklin. Hits it inside the 10 and in for the touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, 67 yards.
Well, take a look at it. It's an end-around reverse, and the Redskins lost contained. And if you make a mistake against Deshaun Jackson, forget about it. This guy's made more explosive plays in the first 6 or 7 weeks of the season than any guy in NFL history.
From the 11, Campbell's pass is deflected and intercepted and taken by Will Witherspoon for a touchdown. Welcome to Philadelphia. 1 week ago tonight, Will Witherspoon was part of the St. Louis Rams, and he was 0-6. And now here he is with the Eagles and making the play for the touchdown against the Redskins.
Well, take a look at it. Here's Quentin Michael. He's just going to come blitzing right up the middle. The offensive line is assigned, but there's some seepage. There's some penetration. And on a quick 3-step drop, those plays are problems when the ball is batted in the air. The Philadelphia Eagles live and die with the turnovers, and they are getting more interceptions this year than I can remember in some time.
There's the fullback, Leonard Weaver, the former Seahawk, and Weaver is going to take it all the way. 41 yards for an Eagles touchdown.
I know you have a huge smile on your face, Darryl, right now. Only the 5th carry for Weaver this year, and he takes it to the house.
Well, we mentioned a lot of those other names that have joined this Eagle offense, but I really thought Leonard Weaver was a great addition in the offseason.
McNabb over the middle, Selleck, touchdown.
That's a pretty nice throw by Donovan McNabb right there. They were very critical of Donovan. Eagle fans, local media about his performance Monday night. Inaccurate with a lot of his throws, had receivers open, had the ball sail on him, had the ball go in the ground. Boy, he really fit that one into Brent Selleck.
From the 46 on first down, McNabb with loads of time, wide open, Deshaun Jackson, touchdown.
Is out of the lineup in the secondary for the Giants, but I really think the loss of Kenny Phillips earlier this year has really hurt this secondary. The one guy that you can't have running free through your secondary is Deshaun Jackson. He was a one-man wrecking crew last Monday night against the Redskins.
I'll tell you what, when you give Donovan McNabb the time that he had in the pocket to go and find a receiver, that's what's going to happen.
Jackson's 6th touchdown this season. They have all been at least 50 yards. This one, 54. They're down 1. McCoy. He was welcome to the NFL, Goose.
Now he's saying welcome to the NFL.
He takes it all the way. 66 yards. Welcome to the end zone, LaShawn.
Boy, they hit him with a great play call at that time. Everybody had shifted to the Eagles' offensive right. They've got that little ghost, that fake reverse coming around to hold the end from being able to go down the line of scrimmage and squeeze the play. LaShawn McCoy is in the secondary in a heartbeat. And then a great effort to get to the end zone.
From the 11-yard line. Rush 4, 7 cover. McNabb escapes. McNabb will throw. Caught for a touchdown by Brent Selleck.
As Donovan starts to scramble, the defenders start to jump in front of him. He recognizes it and turns and gets to the back of the end zone, and Donovan finds him. Donovan said his goal was to try and get Selleck in the Pro Bowl. Well, this one helps. You could see Donovan with a great job. Instead of looking to run, he was looking to pass and made a big one.
Eagles in the red zone. Tough sledding over the last 5 games. McCoy back in at running back on 2nd down and 10. And they'll set up the screen, and that's caught by Jason Avant, coming off a career day in San Diego, and he's in for the touchdown. Avant with 8 catches, 156 yards last week. A breakout game for him, and his first catch of tonight's game results in 6 points. A lot of time. McNabb going deep, and speaking of Jackson, touchdown. He beats the safety Al Afalava, running a post, and it's a 48-yard strike for the quick strike Eagles.
Deshaun Jackson's speed is just going to split the cover 2 defense. You end up running routes right through the middle of 2 deep safeties, and McNabb says, my guy's faster than your guy. Thank you very much. I'll take 6.
Tonight. McCoy tries to get to the outside and does, and gets all the way to the end zone to put the Eagles back up on top.
Brent Selleck right here is going to end up getting and securing the edge. Jason Peters kind of got knocked back a little bit. But let's give some credit to LaShawn McCoy. He sort of held his ground inside. Then that quick little jump cut to the outside, and he was gone.
Hey, we doubled our win total from last season. We're heading in the right direction.
Speaking of Syracuse, here's McNabb on 3rd down and 5. He was at 360, and then he throws to the end zone. Guess who? Deshaun Jackson.
If you're a Washington Redskin defender, there's one guy out there on the field that you probably want to keep track of, and that's number 10, Deshaun Jackson. He really single-handedly responsible for that first loss at 27-17 with 2 huge plays. Some old school Donovan McNabb, break and contain, and then eyes always downfield. And I just do not understand how you turn Deshaun Jackson loose. And Fred Smoot doesn't carry him, thinks he's got help over the top. There's no safeties anywhere.
That's just wide open.
Oof. Heavy run.
3rd and goal. Buckley, touchdown.
Good job by that left side of the offensive line of the Philadelphia Eagles. Created a big hole for Eldra Buckley.
First career touchdown for Eldra Buckley.
You bring in King Dunlop, you put him on the opposite side. You bring in Alex Smith at your tight end spot. Get him in the backfield in an offset power eye, and then you run away from it. That's a pretty good play design right there.
Yeah, that's nice.
One of the 4th reception this season for the Georgia native. Now on 1st and goal. McNabb to the end zone. And the catch is made for a touchdown by Leonard Weaver.
Great catch by a fullback, Darryl. That ball was way down near his feet. He went down and got that one.
That's Mike Smith's biggest fear, is Donovan McNabb extending the play, and he's done it twice. You know, he looks like he's coming at you. He's pulling the ball down, and he's going to run, and all of a sudden, you have to respect that. So you kind of drop your guy in coverage, and the Atlanta Falcons leave Leonard Weaver open in the end zone. The Philadelphia Eagles being very proactive, and it's been their MO for a while now, is extending guys that they think are kind of on the verge of having that breakout season and not allowing them to get to the free agent market.
Right now, the Eagles only need about 1.5 feet to get the first down. For Michael Vick, the quarterback.
3rd play today for Michael Vick. Inside the 5 to the end zone. Touchdown, his first of the season. Falcons 2 for 3 on 4th down. Redmond on 4th and 5, and it's picked off by Sheldon Brown. And Brown is going to take it the distance. 83 yards, his 4th career touchdown.
I don't know, Tony, you just made the comment a couple of plays ago that maybe Chris is looking at things, and he has to be. I mean, Sheldon Brown just had an incredible break on that one.
Vick moving to his left. Now throws right. The catch is made by Selleck. Touchdown. First touchdown pass of the season for Michael Vick.
That's nice to see right there. Donovan McNabb has been such a big supporter of him. He's been so positive through this whole campaign to get Michael Vick as a Philadelphia Eagle, to try and integrate him into their offensive game plan from week to week.
2nd and goal from the 8-yard line. And McNabb throws it back to Selleck, and Selleck will fight his way into the end zone for an Eagle touchdown.
Brent Selleck with a tight end screen as Umanura goes around him. Selleck just turns around, and how impressive was that drive? That was easier than what they did in Philadelphia when they blew him out.
Now at the Philadelphia 44-yard line. Here's Jacobs over right guard, and Jacobs loses the ball, and it's picked up by Brown, and Brown will go all the way to the end zone. And the Giants right now are stunned as Jacobs loses the ball, and Philadelphia with a 2-touchdown lead.
Well, it was Trent Cole chasing this one down from the backside, getting there, and then I think it was Chris Goko. No, that was Trent Cole all the way. The ball just popped out on Brandon Jacobs. I think he was surprised. All the way from the backside, a hustle play, gets his arm right on it, and that is what we see game after game out of Trent Cole. That sort of hustle, and for Brandon Jacobs, that's a disaster.
Almost 16 yards of return and leading the league in punt return average. And this is Fiegel's kick off the side of his foot, fielded at the 29. And Jackson, after circling back, comes down the sideline, and Fiegels can't knock him out of bounds, and he will go all the way for a touchdown. So the league leader in punt return average, and what a run back. As he starts from the inside, he gets pinned on a boot off the side of Fiegels' foot, and he runs it back 72 yards. The Giants thought the sideline was their friend. It wasn't.
Dominic Hickson was really in perfect position right down the sideline to contain it, but then he got trapped back inside, so when Deshaun Jackson folded back around, that perfect position was gone.
Vick looking to run it in, and he gets in for the touchdown.
Leonard Weaver, who played so well a week ago, check out the block he's going to make right here to set the edge. He doesn't care if he runs it, is blocking, catches the ball. The Giants were trying to say that Todd Harriman's had a block in the back there on the outside, but the officials weren't buying it. Big 79 coming there. They wanted the block in the back on that one right there. The official said no.
First down at the 40. Great protection. And McNabb's going to go deep again and has a man. And it's Jackson who will backpedal into the end zone for a 60-yard touchdown.
Remember, Aaron Ross is playing safety, but he is a cornerback by trade. They just put him back there because of all the injuries in the secondary. Almost caught up to that one. But Deshaun Jackson, it is hard to catch up to that young man. You can see no safety at all on that side of the field. Ross tried to cover it, but it was really all about the protection. You can't run that route unless you get this much time. That was at least 5 seconds, and nobody laid a finger on him. We talked about some of the changes up front. Chris Canty, a big game last week. Tonight he's been a non-factor.
Weaver. Touchdown.
Jason Peters has had a tough time this year staying healthy, but when he is, you can see what he can do. Coming out on Osi Umenyiora, who is trying to protect that outside gap. He's not wrong there. That's his gap responsibility. The inside protection just never did get there. Michael Boley couldn't get to his gap.
First and 10 for the Eagles from the 49ers 19-yard line. McNabb can't find a receiver downfield. Now he does. It's Deshaun Jackson. It's an Eagles touchdown.
There's Deshaun Jackson, number 10 at the top of your screen. He sees that his quarterback is on the move, and that's just not fair. Takeo Spikes is not going to be able to run with Deshaun Jackson, and that is the threat that Donovan McNabb has always possessed as a quarterback, the ability to extend and find the open receiver.
McNabb steps up. He's inside the 5. There's a flag. He's being chased by Paris House, and he reaches towards the goal line. He may have picked up a first down.
Now, this is the impressive thing to me. I really thought that Paris Harrelson was going to be able to get Donovan McNabb down.
He's got the wheels, man.
Yeah.
He's back.
Nice work with his feet to stay in bounds before he could get that ball across the plane.
Weaver and McCoy are the backs. McCoy, and he is in for the touchdown.
Third and goal. Jump pass, touchdown. Jackson.
As he's going backwards, he does this very well. Him and Brett Favre, I think the best in the NFL when it comes to throwing, when they're moving backwards or throwing off balance.
Ball is caught. What a catch. Touchdown. Jason Avant. Ronaldo Hill had a play on it.
You can hear the football hit Ronaldo Hill's hand. It's behind him, so he couldn't reach back. I thought maybe he had a chance to catch it, but it hit his hand in a really fortunate break. Unfortunate for the Denver Broncos. Fortunate break, of course, for the Eagles.
And now you hear the crowd because they sense that Michael Vick is in the game, and here he is off the play fake. And Vick throws, and the pass is caught at the 48-yard line by Jeremy
Michael Vick. A 76-yard touchdown pass to send 90,000 plus into silence. Andy Reid walking down the sideline and ready to congratulate number 7 when he gets back to the bench.
Mike Jenkins has been playing so well for the Cowboys. He falls down on this one, though, and creates the space for Macklin. But that was the play that Michael Vick has been running all season. This either handoff and read, they pull the tackles, pull the tight end around, make it look like a run, and then take advantage of the one-on-one coverage on the outside. And boy, does this place sound different now.
And swung to the outside, and that'll be a touchdown for Deshaun Jackson off a nice move.
Get some blockers in front and let a playmaker have the ball in his hand. Sometimes guys like Deshaun Jackson, you just have to get them the ball and see what they can do with it. Good job by Selleck out in front, too.